Hello friends, in this video I'll show you how to do the calculation for experiment number 1 using Excel sheet, and also we will draw the graphs using the Excel. In this experiment, very first experimental observation is given, and you can see there are 4 observations we have noted down. One is the movable weight, another is the rotameter reading, and third one is distance of movable weight from the hinge point. These 3 observations which is varying, and fourth one observation which is the distance of fixed plate, which is fixed one. So that value I have not noted here, which is 12.5 centimeter. So if you know the discharge in terms of LPH, you can very well convert that in terms of meter cube per second by multiplying that with 10 to the power minus 3 and dividing that by 3600. Once you find out the discharge in meter cube per second, you can divide that with the area, which is already calculated based on the diameter of the jet. And actual force exerted on the vane by the jet is calculated using the formula which is given to you, the weight W into the distance of movable weight divided by the distance of fixed plate. So in this case, weight, since it is given in gram, you have to first of all convert that into kilogram by multiplying it with 10 to the power minus 3 and into movable weight distance divided by fixed plate distance. Since both of these distances are in terms of centimeter, no need of getting converted. So with this you will be getting the value of the force in kJ. If you multiply that with 9.81, you will be getting in terms of the Newton. And theoretical force, as per the analysis, you know that Ft is equal to rho a v square, or rho qv, rho 1000 q, it is given in meter cube per second here, and velocity is already calculated, so you can calculate the theoretical force. Coefficient of impact, you can calculate that as Fa Ft by Ft. With this you will be getting the coefficient of impact, and which should lies between 0 to 1. You can drag the formulas for all the observations, and you can complete the calculation part of flat plate. Similarly, except one calculation, which is the calculation of theoretical force, all the other remains same. What is difference in this theoretical force calculation? Here the formula is rho qv into 1 plus cos phi. So same formula is given here, and with this you have calculated the forces for all the observation. Once the calculation part is done, you have to insert these graph, scattered graph, somewhere here. You can place somewhere here. Okay. Then you can select the chart layout also. Here you can write the name like variation of discharge with forces for flat plate. Okay. Also you can give the axis title. X-axis, you are selecting x-axis as discharge in terms of meter cube per second. In terms of meter cube per second, and y-axis as force in terms of Newton. Once the labeling is done, you can select the data. Since lot of series is selected, you can remove it from here. And you can add the actual series. You can add, say, series name theoretical force X values. By default we have this discharge, which you can take in terms of the LPH also, because you have to show the trend. And on y-axis, since it is theoretical, you can choose this. This will complete your series for theoretical force. You can add more, saying actual force. On x-axis again the discharge, x-axis again discharge, x-axis again discharge, and on y-axis you can select actual. With this, your both the series will be complete. In case if this x-axis or y-axis is not selected from 0, you can double click here and you can change in this whether it is fixed somewhere or not. If not, then it's okay. If it is fixed somewhere above 0, you can select it to 0, fixed value. Then I'll be focusing here. Here you can see the point, and you can draw the trend line. The very first point is whichever, because there may be the behavior of the force along with the discharge. It may be exponential, linear, logarithmic, polynomial, or any trend line you can have. That will basically tell you behavior. But which one is the best? The trend line which gives you the r square value, which is close to 1, is the best fit line for that curve. And therefore we will see for all this: exponential 0.99, linear it is 0.99, polynomial it is 1. So it is giving you best fit value polynomial. You can select the polynomial line, and you can extrapolate or forecast backward by around 1500. I'll tell you the reason for that, because you have to see the trend when the force discharge was 0. This is something which is called as result analysis. In this case also you can select the polynomial, right? You can select the r square value and you can take the backward interpolation. And here you can see one very good observation which you are getting from this is your theoretical force, it should start with the 0, and it is starting with the 0. So that means it is verifying that whatever the theoretical force which you have calculated is correctly calculated, and this is the intermediate trend which is getting verified. And whatever actual force which you have plotted here, what is the minimum force required to start with the, or minimum discharge required to start with the force, is this value. Here you can see. So this is the beauty of any graph or the graphical representation of the result. Similar kind of graph you can draw for the other plate, and you can draw the conclusion of it. Two good conclusions you will be getting from these observations are: theoretical force is always greater than the actual force. This is one very bold conclusion you will be getting, or the observation you will be getting. And second thing, the that you are getting from the result table is the K value for the hemispherical plate is more than the K value for the flat plate. Okay, so these are the two things which you have learned, and since the K value is lying between 0 to 1, you are going to verify the impulse momentum present. Thank you very much.